month, both.
Lizzo, Justin Bieber, Cardi B, Drake. What do all these people have in common? They all have Grammys. They go to after parties, so that's where they go. But the real question is, what goes on at these exclusive parties and how hard is it to get in for the average person? Such as, I don't know, this guy. Okay, why are we showing footage of me? I'm not that average. I guess I am pretty average. All right, first thing first, we gotta find out how much tickets are gonna cost. I'm just gonna hop online here and do a quick search.
Bruh,
$4,000.
$4,000.
oh my God!
That's crazy.
I'm not paying $4,000 for a ticket. Looks like we're gonna be sneaking in. But in order for that to work, I needed to look the part. So I went to my local thrift store and bought the cheapest possible suit, which costed me a whopping $30. I then stayed up researching the most exclusive celebrity after parties and created a perfect list. The next day we drove to LA to scope out the venue where the most expensive and heavily guarded after party was taking place. All I gotta say is, they knew what they were doing with these security measures.
It is like an armed fortress trying to get anywhere around Staples. No one can get anywhere without the proper credentials. Streets were completely blocked off. Police were everywhere, on motorcycles, on bicycles, squad cars, undercover cars, and you couldn't help but notice them everywhere.
I mean, I feel like Shrek. Like, when he saved the princess. Yeah, that one. It is now the next day, which means it's the official day of the Grammys after party. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. Actually extremely nervous. The first party of the night starts in about 4 hours, so I gotta get on my way. Cool transition. No, it's fine, I'll do one of those kind of like cool like glitch transitions. So with all of the planning out of the way, we drove to LA and got dressed in a sketchy bathroom. And now that we looked absolutely handsome, we were ready for our heist to begin. We're about to walk into the most exclusive party in all of Los Angeles. There's probably gonna be a list and we won't be on that list, so we're gonna have to get pretty creative here. And so we started to approach the first after party of the night, and honestly, I was feeling pretty confident. Let's do this thing. That is until I started to see the amount of black Escalades leaving this place. I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. And because we weren't in one of these Escalades, we had to walk on literally the side of the road. And
Bruh.
at this point, I started to get a little bit nervous because we were standing out way too much.
You guys are standing out.
Regardless, we continued to walk and made it all the way to the front entrance. Not only that, but I discovered an open door that led us through the first security checkpoint. We then saw some random famous person who I had no idea who they were, although I did recognize these people. Lil Nas X, Machine Gun Kelly, Megan Fox. She's so pretty. Offset, Cardi B, and even Lizzo. I think it's safe to say that this was the real deal. Even though we were having a great time, I was still just not yet satisfied. I needed to be inside the party. The issue was that we were on the paparazzi side, and if we wanted to be in the main party, we had to go through the main
just follow the paparazzi
entrance. But that
They
same
go everywhere. They go.
entrance had security guards blocking it. Ultimately, I believed that with enough confidence, we could
No way.
walk in there like we belonged.
No.
After rethinking literally all my life choices, I decided that it was now or never. As I approached the front entrance, 2 security guards had their backs turned away from me, which gave me
No.
perfect window of time to slip right by them without them even knowing. And the guard at the door did the exact
No way.
same thing, somehow making our entrance undetected. I don't know how any of that worked, but regardless, we were in, and that's all that mattered. And if you think that was lucky, just trust me, wait till the end. It gets actually insane. So great, we got to the front, but now we need to get through the line. While standing in line, I was becoming more and more nervous because security was extremely tight, and I knew there would be a list, and I was definitely more nervous because security was extremely tight, and I knew there would be a list, and I was definitely not on it. Once I made it to the front of the line, I was able to make it through the metal detectors with no problem. But now for the final checkpoint, I had to make it through the check-in booth.
I just need your ID. I don't have my wallet. We have to...
Long story short, I tried every excuse I could think of here and was desperately trying to get them to let me in. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and we failed. All right, yeah, we completely failed and we couldn't get into that after party. The good news is we are currently on our way to the last after party of the night. It is the Grammys official after party. This is the biggest
Sucks. At least he saw some stars though.
after party of the entire night, and tickets are $4,000, meaning security is not going to be easy. I'm extremely nervous, and we're going to try our absolute best to get into this thing. But before the heist began, we needed a few things.
What?
So you want to play guitar,
Can't believe this shit actually works.
but you think to
You can actually
yourself,
sneak
I
into
could never do.
places.
Things to
Like,
disguise-
that shit actually works. I'm gonna have to try that.
Ourselves as a cleanup crew. We also noticed
What?
that all the workers at the last party had
Had
credentials.
Credentials, yep.
We taped some ribbon to my filmer Owen's 9th grade school IDs, and we were ready to go.
No way. There's no way this works.
Everything's leading up to this moment right here. Let's make magic happen. So as I approach with confidence, I casually pass 4 police officers. This place is guarded like an absolute fortress. So we approach the first security checkpoint, and
But they don't. Well, you know what? It's okay.
because we were much like the last checkpoint, the fake credentials worked like a charm. Things were going extremely smoothly. We were coming up on our 3rd security checkpoint.
There's no way.
Unfortunately, this guy knew right away that our credentials were completely fake. Luckily, because this party is so massive, there's multiple points of entry. So we decided to take a different approach and
No
try to go through the
way.
parking lot. And as you can see, security did not like that plan. At this point, we were drawing way too much attention to ourselves, and we felt security catching on. All right, we made it pretty far. Something way more bold this time and go straight through the red carpet. As we came up to the
No
red carpet,
way.
we realized we would have to talk
No way they just went through the red carpet like that. That's some bold ass shit. Hold on.
to this intimidating security guard that was blocking our entry.
You know where the after party's located? What's that? This is trash.
Why are you carrying that?
For real.
It's all good. You guys just trying to get in, huh?
Ah!
That's what's up. I like it.
Somehow,
He said I like it.
this guy just happens to be the coolest security guard of
That fool was cool.
all time because instead of snitching on us, he told us exactly where we needed to go to get into the after party. But first, we ditched our
W.
disguises in hopes of blending in with the other people.
Okay, we gotta go.
But just as I thought, once we got to the entry point, they were checking tickets.
We're gonna check the tickets here. We'll scan out front.
We
That
tried
security guard was so cool. What the fuck?
everything here. We went back multiple times, making up different excuses each time, but there was 3 security guards, and none of them were willing to let us in. And so once again,
Damn.
we needed a different approach. The only problem was, this was our last attempt. So we walked all the way to the other side of the venue. The only way to even attempt to enter was if you had a ticket to the Grammys. Instead, we decided to try to look for some sort of weak point in the security. We then saw security open one of the gates for a guest, but they didn't want to let us in. That's when we found another crack in one of the gates, and we were able to slip right through.
Oh, dude. Can we go back? Can we go back? What do we do?
Here I started to rethink literally everything, but we continued to push forward. One of the many police officers flagged us down and told us we were not allowed to be back here.
Go out this way where this lady's standing.
He told us to exit the same way that one lady came in, but we didn't listen to him. As we continue forward, we see a massive line, and it just so happens that we have to get through that line in order to get into the after party. We approach the first guard, and he lets us right through.
What?
It seemed like they were only checking tickets every couple people, so the idea was to slip past as many guards as possible until we make it in. As we stand closely
Man,
and
this shit worked?
blend into a group of people, we somehow make it past guard number 2. And then this guy fell. I don't know why.
alright?
So we're starting to get
Why did he
guy
fall?
I don't know why. So we're starting to get close to the front of the line, and we have one more guard to go. He counts 4 people and waves them through after checking their tickets. We were able to blend in with those same 4 people, getting us past checkpoint 4. Immediately coming up on checkpoint number 5, all we had to do here was walk through some metal
No
detectors.
way.
And then we came up on checkpoint number 6.
How
As
many
soon
checkpoints are there?
As I saw this one, I knew it was probably over. I'm sitting here looking at 10 plus security guards and they're checking everyone's ticket.
Oh my god.
And we've come so far at this point, I'm thinking that this was all for nothing. We try to stand to the side and act like we're waiting for a friend, but security keeps pressing us for our tickets.
Yeah, 1 second. We're just waiting for a buddy.
You guys get your tickets together?
As I'm panicking and making up every possible excuse that I can, I see
I would
a
have said
woman
I'm with media or some shit.
in crutches getting her ticket scanned. Then I see security escort them, so I decide to end my conversation and follow them. As I'm aimlessly following these people, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way we're pulling this off. But just then, I see the security guard press a button to an elevator, and the security guard, for whatever reason, let us right in.
How you guys doing?
No way! That elevator was clutch!
And we did it! I'm sure you can tell at this point I was pretty overjoyed, trying to hold in all my emotions. In this clip, I'm literally shaking. It was that intense. And now we were just following the rest of the crowd, hoping it would lead us straight to the after party.
I don't know where we're at.
Oh yeah, you're not finding them no more. Oh my god, there's no way!
And I know you're wondering, so here's what the party was like. This place was absolutely insane. Everyone at this party looked like a famous person. We were indulging in food from the best chefs in the world. And you can't forget the free drinks and
Free every
entertainment. I mean, it seems like the perfect party. But the real question is it worth it? Honestly, probably not. I expected to see more celebrities, and honestly, the tacos, they're just not that good. And so after being
Free
there
though.
for 1 hour, we left.
Not as cool as I thought it'd be.
Not at all.
You wanna leave?
I do want to leave.
Let's go.
But just as we were leaving, I heard them announce something, and I just had to see what it was. And sure enough, it was Flo Rida. I was geeking. I mean, who doesn't love Flo Rida? So as a perfect way to end this crazy night, we got to experience one of the coolest performances I've ever seen. And even though the party wasn't, quote, worth it, the memories I made getting to this point were 100% worth it. I mean, if you told me that I'd be on stage with Flo Rida that night, I wouldn't believe you. So if I've learned anything from this experience, it's that you should just grab a friend and go do something. You never know where you're gonna end up. Subscribe.
No way.
Bye, have a great time.